Hello, this is Sebastian Teh Kian Guan here. Now what we have here is the Federal Constitution of Malaysia. So we're trying to find this Bumiputera because there's always a word Bumiputera. Even in Malaysia budget recently, they allocate 11.4 billion for Bumiputera. So we want to know under constitutions, what does it define Bumiputera? So we go to find Bumiputera. So there's zero result Bumiputera. So we try another Bumiputera. And we try, it's also zero result. See, there is no result for Bumiputera. So that means in Malaysia Constitution there is no such word as Bumiputera. And we go to Article 160. Now, if we go to Article 160 of the Federal Constitutions, we will find this is interpretations 160. Now we'll see this aborigine. Aborigine means aborigine of Malay Peninsula. And whereas the Malay, how they define the Malay? Malay. Okay, this is the one, okay. So Malay means a person who professes in religion of Islam, habitually speaks the Malay language, conforms to Malay custom. So this is what defines Malay. But of course, this is English version. So we go to the Malay version. We call it Perlembagaan Persekutuan. Of course, okay. So this is the Undang-Undang Malaysia Perlembagaan Persekutuan. Now, if we try to search Bumiputera, see whether there's any result now. Bumiputera, also zero result. And we try Bumiputera and search. See, even in Malay, Perlembagaan Persekutuan, the constitutions in the Malay version also there's no such word as Bumiputera. So we go to Article 160 and see how they define in the Malay words. Yeah, okay, this is the interpretations of the Malay, the tafsiran. In Malay they call it tafsiran. So the orang asli, the aborigine in okay, this is orang asli. Artinya orang asli di asli semenanjung tanah Melayu. So what does it mean? Orang asli. Orang asli artinya orang asli semenanjung Malaysia means aborigine of the Malaya. And the orang Melayu just below it, Malay. Orang Melayu artinya seseorang yang menganuti agama Islam. So the Malay is the person who professes in the religion of Islam. So it's the same with it's the same with how they define in the English version. So we find no words of we cannot find any word Bumiputera in the constitution. So whether this is a Malay word or not is still a question. So we go to Google search Malay. Now this Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka. This is like a Cambridge dictionary for the Malay. So we find the word Bumiputera, and then we see this is a Dewan Bahasa and dan Pustaka. That means it's an organization, it's an institution that made the Malay dictionary, and even that carian kata tiada di dalam kamus terkini. That means such word they know that Bumiputera literally do not exist in the Malay dictionary. Now if you go to the English dictionary, now what it means is a special individual rights, advantage, benefit, hak istimewa. The Constitution guarantee the native born citizen. Now the word native of native born citizen, that means a citizen that is born in the country. What it means by Bumiputera, this word Bumiputera is that the special privileges guaranteed by the constitutions to those who native, that means a born citizen. Now here we can see it does not say especially for Malay or for any races. But one thing that we can see here is that in the constitutions, the constitution does not define what is Bumiputera. There is no such word as Bumiputera. That means the Bumiputera is not a word, it's not a Malay word. It is still a Sanskrit word. It's still an Indian word, Sanskrit word. Now the problem with Malay language or the Malay civilization is that Malay language are heavily borrowed from all different languages, from Sanskrit, from Hindu, from Portuguese, Dutch, English. So the problem here is that there is no such words as Bumiputera, and we do not know what this budget 2022 means.
If we look at Malaysia budget 2022, the initiative 1, Bumiputera Development and Islamic pillar. So we do not know what this Bumiputera, how Bumiputera defined in Malaysia, but we can see that Bumiputera empowerment agenda is 11.4 billion ringgit. Now education for Bumiputera children's education program by MARA, UITM, Yayasan Penerazu. We know all these organizations, all these education institutions only cater for the Malay. Only for the Malay, not the orang asli, and I do not know whether the native of Sabah Sarawak benefited from this or not. So literally this Bumiputera is referring to Malay. So if the government want to allocate budget for the Malay. They just say so, Malay development, not Bumiputera development. The word Bumiputera have not exist in Malay dictionary yet. Other than education, we also can see that there's a lot of item for Bumiputera. For example, the Bumiputera status, declarations of benefit ownership and establishment of central coordination agency to increase the transparency of Bumiputera company status, blah blah blah. And promote Islam pillar, allocation for management and development of Islamic affairs under the Prime Minister Department is 1.4 billion ringgit Malaysia. So over a billion ringgit of Malaysia is allocated for the Islamic matters, Islamic affairs. And on top of that, Islamic education program, construction of religious school, 65 million ringgit. I believe all these are benefiting only the Malay, not the Orang Asli, not the native of Borneo, because we all know the Sabah Sarawak native, not all of them are Muslim, and they are not bound by the condition to be a Muslim. So is the Orang Asli. And therefore, I think this budget is questionable. The very first instance, the government should define what constitute Bumiputera.